Beautiful. So, if you're playing chords on a guitar and you've got the full complement of fingers, you've got a lot of things at your disposal. And you can play major and minor chords with relative ease. But if you've got two fingers which are essentially out of order, you have to find a way around this. And what Django did was to reconfigure all of the fingerings of common chords so they could be done with 3 fingers or 2 fingers and a thumb. In the case of the 3 fingers, he'd use his little and ring finger together just to push against the frets. So rather than a nice sweet sounding major chord or a minor chord, what you get from Django's fingerings was something like this. It's called a 6/9 chord. It's got a slightly more sort of bluesy, jazzy feel to it. Or a minor 6th chord. It's got a very sort of gloomy downbeat sound to it. And the reason he developed these sounds is because that's all he could do with his fingers. He couldn't play conventional chords. So what he was actually doing was introducing his audience to a whole new palette of sounds. What else? Well, he could sometimes use his left-hand thumb to come over the top there to fret strings, the bottom 1 or 2 strings. And sometimes he would use his index or middle finger to play 2 strings simultaneously by putting his finger between the 2 strings. It's actually quite a difficult technique to do. So he changed the voicings of chords. He also did a lot of solo work and did some amazing solo playing. But how do you play solo guitar with just 2 fingers? Most of us would do scales with 4 fingers, and we'd go across what's called box patterns, staying in the same region of the guitar neck. But with 2 fingers, you don't have that luxury. So what do? You have to reconfigure scales and make them into sort of distorted arpeggios so they can be played with 2 fingers and tend to move up and down the neck rather than just across the neck. So he would do something like this. So again, just 2 fingers, and that greatly influenced his soloing style and the sounds that he was able to produce. What else did he do? He did a lot of stuff with open strings, because once you've played 2 notes, you're sort of stuck to either sliding down a fret or just playing an open string altogether. So you might hear Django play a phrase like something like that. Or he'd use fixed shapes, and he'd move the same shape up and down the neck of the guitar. And this is a very common device that he used. The technical name for it is harmonic parallelism, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it basically sounds like this. So you can get a lot of mileage just by using the same shape and sliding it up and down the fretboard. And again, this was a regular feature of his soloing technique. And the other thing he did with fixed fingers was he could play octaves. He would use the 1st and 2nd fingers. It's very difficult for people with who don't have abnormally long fingers to do, but so I'm going to cheat and use my 3rd finger. But and that octaving technique subsequently became popular in jazz music. People like Wes Montgomery used to use that for effect. So it all originated from Django trying to work around his deformity. So, where does that leave us? Well, disaster may be a positive catalyst for innovation. Modern reconstructive surgery would have dramatically improved the function and appearance of Django's hand, but it would have probably changed the history of jazz music forever. I believe that his style is a unique combination of his injuries, his physical attributes, his innovative techniques, and his innate genius. And I think that the enduring popularity of his music is perhaps testament to his genius and determination. Thank you very much.